So now, when the first weekend classic is done in MLB The Show, I have to say that it was the most fun I had playing online in Diamond Dynasty as a casual player. I had to play all my games for Silver 1 rewards, and as a first year player, I think finishing in 550 rating was not actually bad. In the last video, I lost my second game in extra innings, so we went 1-1. So I have 4 games left to see how many can we actually win. So what I did, I played all 4 games and I just recorded the gameplay. I didn't really record me playing it because I didn't really want one video where you basically have to sit here and watch for 2 hours. So what I will do, I will basically show you the highlights from all 4 games and I will just talk you through what exactly happened. And believe me, it will be fun. So as we go into the game number 3, my starter will be Fernando Valenzuela, and he dominated on the mound because from the first inning he made my opponent swing and miss at every pitch. When it was time to hit the baseball, Trout came up big and in the first inning he delivered. After that, Fernando was continuing to dominate and helped me to get through the second inning without giving up any runs. I was not able to deliver anything even after Hadley got a base hit, so we moved to the third inning, where Valenzuela once again did the job perfectly. After that, Lindor managed to produce something finally, and we get a good double. And after a wild pitch by Kirby, he also moved to the third. And thanks to Ketel Marte, perfect, what should be an out, Ellie dropped the ball, so we have another player on a base, and all I needed was one hit, so Chase Headley delivered one, and Lindor gets home. And when I thought then we probably will not score anything else, Jenkins, who never hits, gets me a single, and we have bases loaded. But don't you worry, Soto is coming up next, and guess what he did? Of course, he chased the pitches, so it's strike, and we move to the next one. My pitcher once again got me 3 outs, and he was good, like very good. I wish I could get this kind of performance out of him every single game I actually use him. Now when it's time to hit the baseball, Ted Simmons gets us a single, and when I thought there is no hope, Ellie once again makes a mistake, and we have another runner on the base. But same story as every other inning, I did not manage to deliver anything, so we move to the inning number 6. And you know the story, another perfect inning by my pitcher, as even after he tries to bunt, we get the out of the inning without giving up anything. Chase once again delivers a base hit, followed by Jenkins, perfect, and we have Soto coming up, who delivers a weak home run, and now we have a 5-run lead. After Ted Simmons delivers another single, so we keep fighting and trying to increase our lead, as Gil Hodges also gets me a single, but after JT Martinez just grounds out and inning is over. I somehow managed to have 14 hits while my opponent only has 1. And once again, Fernando gets the job done, so we move on. He managed to not only play all 9 innings and get 19 strikeouts, and what I would say, basically throw a perfect game. Okay, you know, that one hit doesn't count. But in the end of the day, he had a perfect game in my books, and we are now 2-1, so now it's time to move to game number 4. For game number 4, I will go with Mike Mussina, because he was playing really good the previous games I actually used him, so you know what? I decided he deserves a start. But this time, the game did not start the way I would like, as I did not manage to do anything in the first inning. Mike managed to pitch a good inning and had a solid 3 outs, but in the second, I got my first hit, so that's a no-hitter gone for my opponent. I also managed to get a walk by Ketel Marte, so now we're at least getting on base. But that means nothing, because after that, I again chase a high fastball and we don't deliver anything once again. Mike was still playing good, as he got me another 3 outs. So Jenkins was up and he delivers one in the middle, so that gives me another double. After, Soto get hit by a pitch, so another player on the base. And what should be another inning we don't deliver anything, Ted got us a single and Jenkins scores the first run. So at least we are on the board again. Lindor also decides to step up when I needed him the most and gets me a perfect single, so we get another runner home. And when it was time to pitch and get myself 3 more outs, my opponent just quit. So you know what? I'm taking it. If you don't want to play, I will definitely take a win. It was definitely not the hardest win ever, but you know, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't understand why people quit, because there is plenty of time left and everyone can have a comeback. But you know what? Now we are 3-1. In the previous video, I mentioned that I really want to try Skubal, and that's exactly the pitcher I will be using for my 5th game. His pitch mix and everything looks decent, so there is no better time to give your starting pitcher a go than in the weekend classic. We started the first with the Soto getting a double and Ted working his way to a full count, which also gave us the first walk of the game. As a Mets fan, I should also be used it by now, because Lindor got a hit by pitch and we have the bases loaded. But JD swings a 3-1 count and gets the last out for my opponent. That was actually quite upsetting, because that was the perfect opportunity. All I needed was a weak base hit and we would get a runner home, but unfortunately, I just suck. Skubal once again had a great inning, as he managed to get 3 outs with just 7 pitches, and he continued to do it in the second inning as well, as it was another great inning by him. Once it was time for Soto to come up, he delivered a home run, and we had a 1-run lead. Gil Hodges also gets a walk, and Lindor somehow managed to get a piece of it for a single, but it ends up with nothing. So once again, we move to the pitching, where Skubal starts to give up hits, but my opponent was trying to advance his runner, so we get a double play and the inning is over. Ketel Marte once again came up big with a perfect home run, and my opponent finally brings brings in a new pitcher, who gets the job done, and it's time to see if we can pitch another inning without giving up any runs. But Jose Altuve gets a triple because I'm stupid and I cannot play any defense, or pitch, as I also gave up a walk. But thanks God we get the last out with the sinker inside and we move on. I managed to not swing at pitches, so Gil Hodges also gets a walk with 2 outs, and we also advance him to the second after a wild pitch by Hobby Milner. Lindor is up next, so thanks to his power he gets a single, so we send Gil home. And now we have 3-run lead. JD also was not shy, and he got a single with another one in the middle, which forced my opponent to bring in a new pitcher, who clearly hates me as he hits Ketel Marte, so now we have a bases loaded. But Chase Headley is chasing once again, so we don't produce any more runs, and we move to the next inning. In the 5th inning, Skubal was great and played like it was a World Series on the line, as he delivered not only 1 or 2, but all 3 outs, and after that my opponent paused the game, and I kindly just took the win. So that's another win in the books, and we are now 4-1. We have 1 more game left, and I would really like to win it, because my goal was to get 3 wins, and now when I'm at 4 wins, I would really like to see if I can push myself for that one last win. In Game 6, it was time for Ohtani to step up and have the best performance of his life, but once he saw his old teammate Trout, he could not help himself and gave up his first hit, which led to another hit to another Mike, and Lazy playing the left field, so he gets a runner home. But who needs Mike when we have JD Martinez, who somehow managed to get a hit and that ball is gone, so now it's time to start this all over again. Ohtani was still not the guy who could deliver, as he gave up a double to Marcell Ozuna, and after Jenkins, so that's another run we need to get back. We're not gonna lie, once I gave up this run, I was really worried because I was clearly not able to hit anything. Pretty much every single inning and every single at-bat was swing and miss, strikeout, and this was the first game where I really felt, you know what, I'm gonna lose this one. But there is plenty of time left, so we will keep fighting. My Jenkins was also not bad and managed to get a double, so there was a hope, but I cannot lay off the pitches, so Chase Burns gets his 7th strikeout, so there is still work to be done. For a change, Ohtani had a good inning and not only did not give up any runs, he also did not give up any hits. The only issue is, I was still struggling as my opponent got an easy double play, and even the base hit by Lindor was not looking promising because I knew I will not be able to get the runner home. JD made it look better with a single, but Ketel Marte strikes out chasing once again. So the story of my life, I keep leaving the runners on the bases without producing anything. So once again, we need to try to get something in the next inning. Ohtani again gave up a walk, but 2 lineouts get me out of this, so it's time to hit a baseball or a lineout because that's something I do the best. Because I cannot count how many lineouts did I had in the last 4 or 5 games, like a lot. And in all fairness, it really hurt because I was starting to feel that, you know what, maybe we are starting to get back into this game, but yeah, we will keep fighting. My defensive skills once again let me down as Jenkins got a triple, and when I was thinking maybe there is a hope, I gave up a home run to Travis Bazana, so now we are 3 runs down. But hey, there are still 4 innings left and plenty of time to get back into this ball game. Not at any point I was giving up because it's not over until the last strike, and I really believe that I can still win this game. A straight after, Soto gets a perfect double without any outs, and thanks to many who cannot run, we secure a double by Lindor, and the runner is home, so it means we are now only 2 runs down. And it was time to bring in my new bullpen arm, Darren O'Day. I really need you to be good. And with 3 outs, he gets the job done, so we are now going into inning number 7, where Chase Headley gets a single and a wild pitch advanced him to the second. So it's time for Mike to come up, and God, I pray he delivers. He works his way to the 3-2 count, and I'm still sitting on that high fastball all game, and we did it. We get ourselves the game back, and it's now 4-4, with 2 innings left. O'Day delivers exactly what I needed him to deliver. 3 more outs, and we hope we can still win this game. And now we are going into the inning number 9. This is the time I need to do something, or this is going to the extra innings, and potentially I will lose another game. After JD chase another pitch to get the first out, we have Ketel Marte coming up, and we ambush once again, but this time away, and he gives me another fastball, and we finally have the lead for the first time in game number 6. So now this is where it becomes stressful, because I'm 3 outs away from getting my 5th win, and I would really love to do that. So you know what? We need to get the job done. And to get my last 3 outs, I will leave Trevor Hoffman in, as I was not really able to get into my bullpen. I don't know why. He gets 1 lineout, so 2 to go, and I can see my opponent panicking as he's chasing more pitches than he usually does. So we get another out, and we are 1 away from winning the game. And yes, he jumps the PCI, so that's win number 5 secured. Like I already said at the beginning of the video, it was the most fun I had playing Diamond Dynasty online this year. I know the game is not out for a long time, so it's not maybe the perfect timing to say that, but considering every game actually meant something, so you're not just playing for some kind of rating. Personally myself, I'm playing to improve and get better every single game, but I also know that I will not get to the World Series. Now when the rank program is gone, there is really nothing to play for if you are a casual player. But the Weekend Classic gives you rewards, so I think it's really good. If we only could just stay in our own rankings and play our own skill level every single game, that would be massive impressive, so I really hope the SDS improves that for the next Weekend Classic. Also, sorry for a different type of video, because I usually just record how I play the game, but because it was 4 games I needed to play, I decided I would just record the gameplay and just, I don't know, talk over my highlights and just try to show you how they went. If you enjoy this kind of content, I probably will do that again in the next Weekend Classic, because of course I will play it again, because it was definitely fun. If you do, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, leave a nice comment below, because it definitely helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I really hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Have a good one and see you next time.